Good morning, Vietnam. Cue the music, Jonathan Fibinogi. Man, I got some feedback on my YouTube channel. One of my old friends from Austin, Texas, Stephanie. There you go. Jonathan Fibinogi, PCH, La Jolla, California. She's one of those like really, we all need those really honest friends in our lives, or at least we all need all different types of friends. And Stephanie is a dear friend of mine from Austin, Texas. Back in the day when I lived there, I've lived out here in Colorado for a couple of years now. She said, Jonathan, or she calls me John, but I said, she goes, Jonathan, you're a nature lover, dad. No, she didn't say that. She goes, Jonathan, your YouTube videos, they just seem like there's a little extra. And I'm like, I'm still working on this shit. Sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean. Sometimes things are difficult. You gotta lead people to water, and you can't make them drink. And sometimes they're like, I don't want to drink at all. I don't like your intro. And you're like, okay, maybe I should just make it real easy. Make it easy. Make it easy like this guy. Check this out. Pauly Shore. Comedy's easy when your mom is Mitzi Shore, the legendary Comedy Store. Oh, see, now I'm negative. And then maybe I could talk about cannabis. Then we talk about cannabis. This is just Twitter time with Jonathan Fibinogi. And then, of course, trying to get some jokes going. Hot girls saying moist. You can read my Twitter. You don't need me to do that. Thought this was real beautiful. Church time. Isn't that beautiful? Back in the day, there was an era when I believe people cared about architecture, And I think that's one thing that maybe this channel has become is becoming. These are just things that I like and things I care about. Like, for example, I think no matter who you are, who you is, this is a beautiful, beautiful picture. No matter what you're going through, who you are, if you were to spend 20 minutes in that beautiful art form, that dome of beauty called a church, then how would your life be impacted? And so what I'm trying to do in this channel is bring, hopefully, some of this, boom, home to you guys. Because, statistically, these are just national statistics. Statistically, most people never read a book after they graduate from college. That's college-educated people, too. I think it's like, 50% of people never read a single book after they graduate from college. The average literacy level in America is like 14 years old. So when websites are optimized, they're optimized really for the 14 junior high level. And you can just look at your Facebook. We can see the death of journalism, the death of so many things. Well, Jonathan Fibinogi, here I am. Beautiful, beautiful La Jolla, California. Isn't that beautiful? I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the change that I wish to see. And I'm going to talk about things that I care about. Take some pictures. Maybe I'll sell some pictures. Any of these pictures you like. I didn't take the church picture. But, I woke up today and I thought, I was thinking of my friend. She's like, well, your stuff's just a little bit too complicated and random. Well, she didn't say that. But what she was really doing, she was just reaching out. She was like, hey dude, Jonathan Fibinogi, I like your YouTube. So I thought I'd kind of use that channel to say what this channel is and kind of redefine it. Because, part of the evolution, part of me starting this channel is really to really invite evolution and to evolve as a person. Like, like, for example, the NDE experience. Mary Neal, she's an orthopedic surgeon, near-death experiences. I mean, some of these near-death experiences, if I can encourage a couple of people to watch some of those, just think of that, just the eternal impact of if 100 people watch this channel and then they see a near-death experience that really ministers to them, either on the good side where someone is enveloped in the love of God, or on the downside where somebody literally is talking to people about hell and how heaven and hell are real. And again, 14 years old literacy level. And one thing I also want to do is talk about Jesus a little bit to poor, unreflecting people, and that's me included. And I could tell you this story, or maybe you just need this beautiful verse. I found it this morning. It's talking about legalism, and that's not really something that a lot of people deal with. But there are some people that are coming out of religion and they're trying to find God, they're trying to find spirituality, or maybe they've gone spirituality and they've just found another version of religion. And so where do we go? Well, part of this channel for me, or part of this era for me, is just kind of going back old school and learning about the Holy Spirit. And for example, I was in La Jolla, California. There's a beautiful church there. I called it the Corn Dog Church, and they just passed out these little prayers called "Behold, Holy Spirit." And how many times I've had to, think of those 4 words: "Behold, Holy Spirit." And I offer that to you, or maybe I offered this to you. I love that. In fact, if you're coming out of legalism, think Galatians 3. And what I mean by legalism, it's just really, well, read it. I mean, it's not, legalism is not just for church folks. It's for people who are obsessed with the law and doing its works and trying to achieve a oneness with God through the law and works. And then Galatians 3 and verse 5 is boom. I love that. It's the invitation of the Holy Spirit. Behold, Holy Spirit. And maybe that can help you. And really, I underlined says that there's people who adhere and they trust and they rely on God, and there's people who don't. And I'm not the first person to kind of put people in camps. I'm not the first YouTuber. I'm not the first person to have Twitter time, and I'm not the last person to want to sell their photography online. Train photography, Durango Train 480 on sale, $480. The whole sequence. Holy shit, what that would look like on your website. Or we can just go old school, real old school. And let the masters do all this YouTube stuff. I'm not going to make you think anymore. I'm not going to make you read books. No. You know what they say in Hollywood, if it works, do it. Like, okay, you're totally like, I totally don't get you now because you're like Star Wars and I love Star Wars and I don't like Galatians, but I kind of liked what you said about be the change you wish to see. And are you going to talk about George Lucas? Yes, this is George Lucas. This is all you need. This is all you need. You need Mary Neal's NDE experience, and you need this guy.
Two kinds of people in the world: compassionate people and selfish people. The selfish people live on the.
Here we go.
The secret, ultimately, which is the bottom line of Star Wars and the other movies, is there are two kinds of people in the world: compassionate people and selfish people. The selfish people live on the dark side. The compassionate people live on the light side. And if you go to the side of a light, you will be happy. It's compassion, helping other people, not thinking about yourself, thinking about others. That gives you a joy that you can't get any other way. Being selfish, following your pleasures, always entertaining yourself with pleasure and
holding your camera straight and still.
You're
always going to be unhappy, dude. You got to be compassionate. Boom. It's gone. Temptation. It goes night-night.
You're stuck where you were before.
Holla, you're stuck. And the more the worse it gets.
You finally get everything you want.
Oh my shit.
And you're miserable.
Oh my god.
There's nothing at the end of that road. Whereas if you are compassionate and you get to the end of the road, you've helped so many people.
Isn't that beautiful?